Alright, so we got it set up, glued in the little pieces right there on both sides on those guys. We're just gonna paint that too. Gonna go ahead and trim all this material out, do that, and then we'll sand it on this one first. But before that, we gotta do a little something over here. Oh yeah, get a little something to eat. Look at those noodles. Alright, so I'm gonna eat that and then we'll get this party started. Alright, so we got our trusty spray bottle here. Some 500 grit, our block. And just the same thing, we're just gonna go to town, get this thing smoothed out and ready for paint. So here we go. Alright, so we're working on the side skirts. Got a color sand, did some wet sanding on them. This was part of the splatter effect when I painted these with the low PSI, so it made it a little bit splattery. So it was going to be really orange color like the door and that side of the car that we dealt with. So I wanted to come through and wet sand it, get it all flattened out. We got the trim sanded down. The trim all sanded, so we can paint that stuff. Got to cut a couple more parts, so we can paint that stuff. We'll paint these and whatever else we have. Hopefully, I just want to try and get everything rounded up to paint, so we can kind of just have a paint day, get everything painted, and start getting the car back together, get all the windows in, all that. And yeah, so I'm gonna send this. So on these. So on these, this lip right here, see that lip? Well, to get it to suck up onto the car, we're gonna need to cut. All right, so like I was saying, we need to cut this material out and same on this side. So it'll sit flush with the car. You can see that's a huge lip. Doesn't sit very good. That's the only thing that I've had issues with this so far. So we'll just trim that out. And it should suck up next to the car really nicely. So I'm going to use, let me grab the tool I'm going to use. I was going to use the grinder, just kind of grind it out, but I just got an idea. Alright, so I was going to use the grinder and use it to cut that out. But I think I got this. This might be better, more controlled cut. This one's a little wild. So we might end up using this, but I'm going to start with this. That's loud. quick break from what we're doing and kind of show you the technique I'm using to trim out all this material. So I'm using the, what's that, oscillating saw. It's working pretty good. Changed the blade last night, and I'm sure we're wearing it down. Probably could use a new blade. But, so I'm just kind of taking it and making an outline of the spot I want to cut to try to keep it in line. Just working my way down, taking about that much material off. Cut there, and then down. And I'm sure you can see just working the blade down slowly, try not to pop through the outside there. So it's kind of the technique I'm using. Hopefully the cleanest cut, fastest way. This stuff is thick, dense, takes a minute to cut through. But I think this is definitely going a lot faster than last night when we worked on the first one. So should just be a minute and we'll be through this one. Okay, so getting it on the car, this is obviously the back side. This goes to the back of the vehicle. That's the front. Well, where the body line rolls in right here, we got to cut probably all that material out to get it to suck up in there on that curve. So let's do that. Alright, so we took out a bunch of material. Check that out. Alright, so we got that on fender, side skirt. Let's kind of take a look. That sits up there nicely. See how we had to trim all that up so it's stuck up here. There's a little bit of that extra I was talking about. So we'll get some double-sided sticky tape, get these all painted up, and should suck up nicely. The back, that was a little bit more tricky. You can see. Nice. Now, let's open this up. It's probably going to drop off. Alright, so to get it to suck up in there, this is the body line I was talking about where the door goes. And you can see it goes a little bit further. Right there. But I don't think it's going to cut, it's going to do enough, and I don't want to compromise. So if we put something there, get that in there, it should sit nicely. Get that all painted. I mean, there is a little gap. We could, I guess, sand down here it's hitting. But I think once it's painted, you won't even notice. And plus that gives room for some tape. So we'll put some tape in there to hold that on. I mean, it could get, I think we're good. I'm gonna leave it as it is before I mess something up. All right, well, our side skirts are fitted. I'd say they're fitted. They're in place. We still have to finish getting them 100% secure to the car, but that is going to be a project for another day because we have to do some other stuff first. So I think we're going to call that it for the side skirts. Then kind of work on some other projects, circle back around. It'll all make sense here soon. Then they'll be done. But overall fitment is good. Trimming those interior pieces, and that's it. I give them one thumbs up because the other one's holding the camera. So KBD side skirts, boom, perfect.